I am on page 97 of the exercise book, and this is the lesson 6.1 exercise practice on identifying a function. Number 1, consider the following graph. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is this: a vertical line, which that is not. Let's try again. All right. Okay. This is not a function because it fails the vertical line test. In other words, this x value looks like about 2 and maybe 3 on the y. And then this one is at 2, -2, something like that. The reason this is not a function is because of those similar x values. Remember, you cannot duplicate the x values. Which statement is true? Well, I can eliminate C and D right off the bat because they say it's a function and it's not. So we can eliminate those two. There is not enough information. That's not true either. I can tell you that this is not a function. So is it not a function because there is more than one output for some inputs, or the other way around? The graph does not represent a function because there is more than one input for some outputs, and it is A. You cannot duplicate the inputs, the x values. Okay, number 2. Consider the following relationships. So we have 4 of them. We have a set of points, an equation in slope-intercept form, a table of values, and a graph, which represent functions. So let's take them one at a time. On this one, I want to check the x's. They're all different, so this is a function. It's not 1-to-1 because the y's are all the same, but the x's are all different. This is a function. It's in y-intercept form. It's a linear function. On this one, I'm going to check the x's. And I already see a problem. I see 2 problems. I have this one in there twice, and I have this one in there twice. You cannot duplicate x's. So this one is not a function. And then finally, we have this parabola. It passes the vertical line test. Wherever I put a vertical line, it will pass. So it is a function. So the ones that represent functions are 1, 2, and 4, not 3. 1, 2, and 4. I like answer D for that one. If h of -1 equals 5, which statement is definitely true? If h of -1 equals 5, which statement is definitely true? Well, if you know your function notation, this is what it's saying. The output, let me not do that. Let's do this. When x is -1, the output is 5. Let's do it that way. So, the point -1, 5, would be on the graph, and that is in B. The point -1,5 lies on the graph of the function. Now, E also uses -1,5, so let's look at why it's not E. E is saying that both -1 and 5 are in the domain of the function. And that is not true. What is actually true is that -1 is in the domain and 5 is in the range. So E has the right numbers, but it doesn't have the right vocabulary, the right order of the numbers.